The way the finance is working today is not workable tomorrow. Finance has to think how the business operations model is changing, how the business environment is changing. Finance has to also think and go beyond the level. Business as usual is not an option. Drastic changes is required to stay relevant. In the same way, finance as usual is not an option. You have to bring drastic changes to stay relevant in the finance. Let me ask one question, my dear friend. It is very important to know. You are working in the finance. What is the requirement from the board, from the investor, from the shareholder, from the stakeholders, and others? What is the requirement? These persons are asking the finance to work as a strategic business partner, not only a scorekeeping of financial transactions and historical data reporting. This is very important. You have to understand this. Finance is working as a scorekeeping transaction and historical data reporting, which are not going to help anymore. Board is demanding something, management is asking something, and how the finance is going to fulfill those expectations. This is very important. Now, what are those changes are required in the finance? Let I'm sharing some of the points which are very important. These are very important. Bring the necessary changes as per the business operating model. The finance has to bring the necessary changes, how the business is working, how the business owners are thinking, what is their deliverables, requirement. The finance has to think and provide the insightful informations to bring this kind of effectiveness and efficiency so that the owner of the companies, the management, shareholders, stakeholders, or other can call finance as a strategic business partner. That is very important. Serve as a strategic and lead enterprise performance. You are going to work as a strategic leader. And this is very important that how you are bringing those necessary changes within the finance and creating those tools to be called as a strategic business partner, a strategic enterprise performer. This is very important. How you are leveraging with the situations and bringing those effectiveness. This is very important. The team of one. There will be no any order to cash, procurement to pay, general accounting or others. How the technology is working and providing the insightful information, the data. More than 50% of the finance work is going to be automated through the technology. The team of one is going to be defined. So no OTC, no P2P, others. This is very important to think. Development of soft skills and selling skill. This is very important for the finance. We are going to work as a strategic business partner, providing this kind of insightful information. So you have to bring this quality to sell yourself. Finance has to sell something. And what are you going to sell? In front of boards, in front of shareholder, in front of management, in front of stakeholders. That is more important. You have to bring those necessary changes. Automations through the technology and audits. You will find out then how the automations of finance is going to be happen through the technology. Now the finance has to think beyond the label and do not believe more on the historical data. This historical data is going to be processed through the technology. The finance role here is to provide the insightful informations and deliverables which can help to the management, to the shareholder for proper decision making. These are going to be happen. And where is the finance? Need to think today. API and integrated apps or tools. You will find out that a separate API is introduced for a separate work, like for commercial and invoicing, like for payment processing, reconciliations, and others. How you are using the API, a separate app for a particular functions the companies are implementing. In the same way, you'll find out the finance have a different API for different work, and a human or individual is not going to do any of that work. You have to simply go and run the app with the help of technology. There are more changes is going to be happen. The finance has to think today that how you are going to work and bring in those effectiveness and efficiency to be called as a strategic business partner. Now board is very clear, shareholder very clear, stakeholder is very clear. The top management is very clear that how you are going to drive. Are you going to work still as a scorekeeping of financial transactions and historical data reporting, or you are going to work as a strategic business partner? This is very important. The finance has to think today that what are the effectiveness bringing into the finance, and the role of the CFO and the finance controller is very important in this case. Then how they are going to drive and create a tremendous opportunities within the finance. This is very important. The finance has to look, particularly the head of the finance is required to provide the insightful informations and deliverables so that the full finance team can be able to understand and leverage with the technology and automations. That is going to be create a new meaningful life for the finance. This is very important. You find out within yourself that wherever you are in the finance, work onto these areas and develop yourself for the next version of your life. That is going to help you, and you will be able to grow more within the finance. You will be called as a strategic business partner, not as a scorekeeping or the historical data reporting only. Find out. This is Sajin Singh signing out. Until we meet again. Thank you. Thank you very much.